Episode 12. The Reunion. Yae, Kurugi, and Captain Ozo began working on a strategy to counter the other three kingdoms that would soon attack. However, the royal family had already made their first move by taking over the nearby villages and cities, advancing toward the capital from a distant place called the Scorched Islands. "We will form 4 teams of our army to cover all 4 corners of the capital," said Captain Ozo. "Then we will have our elite squads evacuating the kingdom's nearby villages and cities." "What about me and Kurugi?" asked Yae. "We will be the last phase of defense they'll have to get through to reach the king," said Kurugi. "That's right, Kurugi," said Ozo. "You two will be in the palace with the king as his personal bodyguards." "Captain," called a soldier, "there is an unidentified power heading straight here. Hurry, come check the radar." Yae, Kurugi, and Captain Ozo checked the radar and saw the unusual power moving quickly toward the capital. "Don't panic, everyone," said Captain Ozo. "Let's get to our positions. They are coming." "Wait," said Kurugi, narrowing his eyes. "There are only 2 of them, and that mysterious power feels very familiar to me. I just don't understand. Could it be minions of the legendary White Dragon?" Meanwhile, Mae and Kuromi were approaching the capital at high speed. "Why don't you let me go alone?" asked Mae. "I'll call for you if I find myself in trouble." "Fair enough," said Kuromi. "I just need to make sure she's okay," said Mae softly. "Then I'll be ready. Hurry it up, would ya?" shouted Kuromi. Mae increased her speed to 65%, transforming into black lightning as she shot up into the sky and vanished. "At this rate, I should arrive at the capital within less than an hour," said Mae. Back at the capital, Yae turned to her commander. "Captain, what will you do?" asked Yae. "Well, I'm going to greet them, of course," said Captain Ozo. "Captain, please be safe," said Mae quietly. "After all, I survived greeting Kurugi, remember?" said Captain Ozo with a smirk. "They will be here in less than an hour, so everyone get in position and protect our kingdom." Captain Ozo went to the gates of the capital and stood ready to meet the 2 mysterious visitors. Meanwhile, Kuromi waited for Mae atop a tall mountain near the capital. As he waited, he sensed a dark presence. When he looked around, however, he saw nothing. "I know you're here," said Kuromi coldly. "Show yourself, or I will use my force reveal ability to expose your true identity." A deep, twisted voice echoed in the air. "I am the disturbance of everything in this 4-way family war. I am called Dark Malice, the devil of war. You are the one my master fought," said Kuromi, his eyes narrowing. "What have you done to the Black Dragon God?" "I was nearly defeated by that dragon god," said Dark Malice. "But instead, she decided to let me live, so long as I never showed my face in this world again. Before she left me lying on the ground, beaten and broken, she mentioned protecting her children of this world, including you, from someone she claimed is as sinister as myself. So, I had to come see who she was referring to, and still I have yet to meet them. Unfortunately, I cannot take a flesh form in this world to test their strength, so I have been spying on you and your twin brother, the White Dragon God's pupil. However, the Black Dragon must still be alive. Her human children, you and your brother, still hold her power. It is what keeps me trapped like this." "My brother," said Kuromi in disbelief. "My time is limited," said Dark Malice. "We will meet again, Black Dragon's apprentice." The dark presence suddenly vanished. Meanwhile, Mae finally arrived at the capital. "Who is that man standing outside?" asked Mae. "Greetings," said Captain Ozo. "Where is your friend?" "He doesn't have any business here," said Mae. "Only I do." "Oh, cocky, aren't we?" said Captain Ozo with a grin. "Let's see how strong you are." Captain Ozo launched an attack on Mae. She deflected it easily, glaring at him with an angry expression. "Did you think that pitiful attack would affect me?" asked Mae coldly. "Ha, I see how it is. Nothing's changed." Mae exploded with power and magic. Captain Ozo rushed in, throwing multiple fists, but Mae deflected every strike. He jumped back, wide-eyed. "What the hell?" said Captain Ozo. She didn't even flinch. "First set, Spirit of Time and Dimension form," shouted Ozo. His body lit up with white light. His hair glowed, and his eyes shined like the sun. Both eyes flashed orange and white, creating a massive sphere identical to the sun. "Eyes of the Hell Sun," roared Captain Ozo. "Now you're serious," said Mae with a grin. "Finally. I was getting bored." Ozo fired his attack at Mae. She stood still, watching it with excitement. The sphere landed, but there was no explosion. "What is going on?" asked Captain Ozo in shock. Suddenly, his own attack was hurled back at him. He barely managed to evade, beads of sweat forming on his brow. "What a monster," said Captain Ozo breathlessly. Mae moved so fast he didn't see her pass him. He suddenly realized she was standing behind him. "Oh no," shouted Ozo as he spun and blasted Mae with an explosive fist. He leapt into the air and launched multiple lightning blasts down at her. Ha! That should do it, shouted Ozo. Are you still alive down there? Second set. Black lightning, said Mae calmly. No way, not another one, said Ozo, stunned. Wait, could you be Yae's big sister she's been looking for? You and this capital will die if anything has happened to my sister, said Mae coldly. What do you mean, happened to her? She's safe, said Ozo quickly. But who was that traveling with you? It doesn't matter, said Mae. I'm here for my sister. Mae, stop it, please, cried Yae, tears running down her cheeks. I see, said Ozo. So you are the missing big sister she was looking for. Pleased to meet you. Captain Ozo invited Mae inside to talk about the looming invasion of the other kingdoms. Mae was suspicious about Kurugi, but she didn't mention it at the time. What's your name? Asked Mae. I'm Kurugi, said Kurugi. And that power you have, I'm familiar with it, but I don't know why. There is another person who helped me unlock my power, said Mae. But I won't speak about him. Yae, now that I know you're safe, I'll be taking my leave. But I'll return once my mission is completed. Wait, said Yae, stepping forward. I can feel this is something you won't change your mind about, as if you made a promise to someone. But before you go, can we have a little sparring match? I need to know how much stronger you've gotten. I can't argue with that, said Mae with a faint smile. All right, bring it on, sis. To be continued, Mae vs. Yae.